Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the XiansAtWork Morning Minutes podcast. The goal of the show is to help you stay connected and aligned with God as you work through this day. This episode is for the week beginning March 24, 2014. I am Dr. Mike. It's great you're with us, and let's get on with it and right into our opening prayer. God, I am your created child. Thank you for the gift of today, and that I have the opportunity to glorify you with my thoughts, words, and deeds. I pray that I will stridently and joyfully live out the purpose that you have set before me. I ask you to forgive my sins and continually speak to my heart. Amen. Let's spend a moment talking about your day and a few motivational thoughts to keep in mind. We've all heard about goals and how important they are. We've heard about BHAGs, being smart, and a host of other alphabet acronyms. Have you noticed how hard it can be to meet some of those? Not just the stretch goals that you knew would be hard, but even some easy ones that you really just don't end up working on. They stagnate, and then you begin to feel bad about missing your deadlines and targets, but you still can't get motivated to reach them. That's because your body and your soul is telling you that you're settling and you're setting the wrong kind of goals. And chances are that they're materialistic kind of goals, not the life and lifestyle kind. Or, if it's not that, then likely they're not really your goals to begin with. They're somebody else's that you feel that you have to pursue. It might be from your parents, your partner, even society in general. Often, we feel obligated to try to achieve something because it's normal or expected. And the bottom line is that you have to go after goals that are deeply and intensely important to you, something that you believe in. I have a friend of mine that's caught up in the achieve more loop. The trouble is, he's missing out on life. There's always something bigger to consume his time, his effort, his resources, and I've watched him over the last decade, and he's no more satisfied or ahead in his life. He just has a bit more money, stuff, stress, and health problems. Something that many motivational gurus often gloss over is that your goals have to be something about the experience you want to have with your life. They skip over this to talk about setting goals for the kind of things that produce those experiences. They look at money, education, hanging out with certain kind of people, etc. And they're not really wrong. You do need to plan for achieving these pieces of the game. But as people, we tend to forget the focus is on the game itself. That is, we become obsessed with the means and not the ends. Say you want to have a quality of life that consists of leisurely days, long walks, and deep book reading, because that kind of thing would make your soul happy. Does it matter if you got that by winning $1 million, operating a successful business, or scaling down your expenses to subsistence levels? Now, you may have a preference on the path, but if the end goal is really what you're striving for, it shouldn't truly matter. But we make it matter. We tend to think that if I win the lottery, I'll be happy. Or if I own my own company, I'll be happy. Or if I live minimalist, I'll be happy. You won't. Those are just means. And there are always more means and things to work on and work with. And then you begin to lose focus on the ends. As I work through my XiansAtWork operations, I'm continually resetting my focus on the ends. That is to help myself and others share God's love and word, especially in our workplaces. And this blog is a means. The podcast is a means. But it's really easy to start thinking about the posts going viral and setting that as a goal, rather than what a viral post helps to accomplish. As Jesus said, where your treasure is, there too is your heart. Hey, I'm human, I sin, I make mistakes. That means I have to continually ensure that I'm properly focused on the ends. As a result of questing after that goal, and possibly as part of the means, a post may go viral, revenue may flood in, or it may make the perfect connection, but I know what the treasure truly is. So take a look at your goals. Are they ends or are they means? Get clarity on what you're trying to achieve and why, and if they're not really motivating you, dig into it and determine if your goals are actually your own and why you want to achieve them. Then, make sure you write them down. If you can't see it, can't believe in it, then almost taste it, then you have a problem. Start working on them. Tell somebody else about them, a coach, accountability partner, a friend. Once you make it public, you're way more committed and diligent. Measure and celebrate your success, and then reflect and renew. So for homework, make sure you review your goals, write them down, ensure they're the right type, and then start moving towards them. And as a parting thought, my question for you on this topic is, to what extent does serving God show up in your life and your lifestyle goals? Christian Living Step Work is a simple path based on Christian recovery groups that provides a solid foundation for Christian living in today's difficult world. Each month, a step is addressed with advice that is simple to say, but not necessarily easy to implement. It's March, so we're on step 3, which is we made a decision to completely surrender our lives over to Jesus Christ. The principle of this step is about faith, and our grounding text is from Deuteronomy 4:29. But from there you will seek the Lord your God, and you'll find him if you search for him with all your heart and all your soul. This week, consider that this step is extremely freeing. In placing your life in the hands of Jesus, you are becoming released from the bondage of self. This means that you are no longer required to find all the right paths, make all the right decisions, and take all the right steps. You are now open and responsive to God's direction and guidance. It's an amazing feeling to pause and find out the will of God, and much better than acting on individualistic impulse. The trick is to remember that a single surrender is not enough. We must surrender daily, otherwise our self-will will return and lead us back to our former paths. Have you been surrendering daily to God? Why or why not? I'll admit that it's my habit to do that, but one that's not always fulfilled. And when I forget, or ashamedly choose not, by midday I can tell the difference in my thoughts and deeds and quickly rectify the situation. So as you think about the messages in this show, now is a good time to call to mind the people, places, and situations that are on your heart and ask for God's direction, blessing, and support. Spend a moment in personal reflection now, and then we'll close the show. Let's close in prayer. As you think of your day today and what it will hold, I pray that you will have the strength, courage, and conviction to hold tight to Christ, remain free of sin, and serve according to your calling. May God's peace be with you. Amen. Thank you so much for listening. I value you so much and pray for you and your healthy Christian life. For more ideas on living Christian and for witnessing at work, visit XiansAtWork.com for resources, podcasts, and links to our Facebook community of believers. A transcript of the show is posted on the site. Just go to XiansAtWork.com/MMshow04. You can also email me at drmike@XiansAtWork.com or follow and connect with me on Twitter. My handle is @XiansAtWork. And if you liked what you heard today on this free podcast and want to do something nice, go to iTunes and leave an honest review and rating. 5-star ratings help us rise in the rankings and be more visible and accessible to people like you looking for a boost to their day. So that's it. Show's over. We're all done. You know we're called to be salt and light, so go shine and be known. Today's show is brought to you by Supernatural Airbrush. This is a curated site helping airbrush artists develop their skills and their business. You can visit the site at www.supernaturalairbrush.mycreativehq.com. Supernatural Airbrush is also a digital missions initiative of XiansAtWork and is finding new ways to get the message of Christ to pre-Christians through digital means.